get back to work. Let's get people another step closer to the to the kingdom of heaven. Really, kingdom of heaven is living truthful and faithful lives, and helping restore our planet. To sustain our life of sacrifice given to us by the glory of grace. So it's not that difficult to ascertain or explain. And I had this song by what's her name? Carly Simon. Doobie Brothers Do It. Stuck in my head. It's not a bad tune. Sung by somebody from the Bronx, New York. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Guys, don't worry about nothing. It's all over but the crime. We are what we do. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Share, care, giving. So, there's going to come a day, where the devil and Satan can no longer write scripts to replace the Gospels, and that day has already come and gone. It's been long. We lost our bass player to another band. How long has this been going? And I don't know how Rockefeller does it, but he told them, they'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money and watch you and your Jesus die, Parsons, And eventually, one day, I will die, okay? Just like all of us, we're supposed to. We're born to die. It's who knows why. Someday we all must fight. Well, it's life of sacrifice, and you faithfully love one another, and then you pass on that faith and that love. And, Malachi, Book of Malachi, it's a good one, yeah. So it's just, it's just understanding the perfection of the gift. How to love one another, how to appreciate the moments in your little body that you're given by the glory of God and not by a science lab full of a bunch of peckerwoods that vote for linguistics they invent on Wall Street, and all that kind of stupid shit that people do. They do stupid shit, man. And this is tens of thousands of years in the making, so the stupid shit is like compounded interest on top of stupid shit with the, so it's all over but the crime, So don't get all, I'm going to go down in history like Ebenezer Scrooge. Well, Ebenezer Scrooge changed his ways at the last minute there, guys, and helped Tiny Tim not die from poverty. But forgive, debt, and trespass, love one another better than Dickens. IR, baboons, weasels, baboons, okay? So, just relax. Take a deep breath. Don't worry about a damn thing, Everybody's got a thing, but some they don't know how to handle it. Don't you worry about a thing, because I'll be standing up, so I'll check it out when you get off your trip. Okay, you understand? I'm tired, man. Guys, I don't have any mantras or mission statements. Suzuki does help focus me, Survive, stop, eliminate, accuse, recover. You focus, you living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. You focus. He's so good. He just, Jesus gets more emotional because Jesus is like me. So I'll go over there and those assholes, whoever posts that stuff and shares that stuff, I'm here, he has all those pictures of Jesus, cartoon character Jesus smiling, That's better than me because he's cartoon character Jesus and he's cartoon gorgeous, right? Perfect. Stays that way forever. James Dean, forever. See her shake on the movie screen. James Dean. Okay, David Essex, rock on. But so yeah, all that bullshit they tell, and then you listen to them and they sit there and say, if anybody dissuades you from, if you need a new job, I will get you a new job. It's like, damn, it's like Pat Robertson and the Oprah show paying for access for the California psychics to get you, make sure that you don't have marijuana in your luggage you're carrying for your cousin, right? At the airport, right? And it's terrible, because they had that gentleman today, whenever, that was murdered because they got the wrong guy from ICE. A bunch of guys that are supposed to, vote for Jesus. I'm your God, and if I get you a new job, and it tells her, he sits there and listens to it for like 2.5 hours, and it says, and if anybody comes up and says, I will not have people in your life that don't believe that I'm your God and will give you what you need. I'll give you overwhelming abundance and eternity. All these bullshit, all these lies. You know? Jesus says, all I have to offer you is the truth of faithful love. And the devil and Satan will come and lie to you about things that are not true and promise you, bullshit. If you're not living the Lord's Prayer, if you're not obeying the commands of Jesus Christ, how do you expect to be free from debt and trespass and perverts coming and hypnotizing you with voodoo, Kabbalah blessed mission statements and shit, and channeling Abraham Hicks and shit like that? I mean, what the fuck, Shit. Get your mantra going. All right, here's your Kabbalah bracelet. Don't do that, guys. Just living from day to day. No, that's stupid. Where does the answer lie? Living from day to day, we are spirits. Don't listen to this thing. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Live the Lord's Prayer first. Okay. Faith of Psalms. Wisdom of Proverbs. Now live day to day. Otherwise, if you try to live day to day, being denied a truthful existence with faithful love, you're gonna be stuck in it's gonna be hell on earth, over and over. Put on your designer COVID nest. It's a Kennedy Center honor moment, right? So knock it off. I love you guys. Well, when the Temple of Set Illuminati connected, you belong to me. Thought we closed the book, locked the door. They connected me to Mark's kids. And that's where I came up with the title for the one about talents on the last video. I was just wanted you to comfort me when you called late last night, you see. I was crashing into a really good song. Good song. Damn, that's a good song. Nice voice. Mark has a nice voice. Doesn't Mark have a nice voice? He does. We're living the Lord's Prayer. He has a nice voice. He doesn't go out and have sex with dancers. He doesn't get prenup signed. He doesn't, have to make a TV show with Will Smith's wife and allegedly have an affair with her, according to gossip magazines and TMZ and all that shit. It's like, why? What's happening? Well, people grow apart because, this person cheats on me, that person cheats on me. I'm supposed to keep it on the down low, but it really hurts my feelings. Well, she has sex with a jock who has a 12-inch penis, and I have a 7-inch penis, and I always felt real adequate until that. And stuff like that. And it's like, God, this sucks. I understand. My husband thinks his penis is God's gift to every man's asshole. And you're like, oh, God, I don't want to hear all this shit. No, I don't want to be Dave Miscavige. I don't want to be L. Ron Hubbard. I don't want to be David Rockefeller. I don't want to be Philip Rothschild. I just forgive that trespass, love, one, turn, for peace. Eliminate server. Now ask for money, live here, you stupid fuck. You buy sunglasses. You sell sunglasses. You be supermodel with stupid face on TV with ego problem. I pointed out to you, you not pay attention. They gladly kill over me and my grandpa money, watch you and Jesus die and be tortured by chemical poisoning, by linguistics called laws, by supreme joke of a court. There it is. It's right there. And Judy in disguise. That's what you are. Hey, you advertise lemonade pie. With glasses. I tell you to stop. I get up and I tell you. I'm not begging. No, I'm not Keith Sweater babyface. No, I ain't begging. Hell no. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm good, you're bad. I'm the way, the truth, and life, you're a liar. They collected all the evidence. He's the only person right now is the focal point of truth, has a story about his life to save us from lie with the truth, and then he has all surveillance. Okay, you can't say that in front of people. That is the truth. I am the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. I went into the bowels of hell, Cochise County, Arizona, and retrieved the keys to the kingdom, just like Joseph Smith said in the book that the dumbasses turned into comic book sales with a bunch of perverts in your house, sexually predicating on, abusing your wife, and having it affect the kids. And it sucks. And I corrected it. And then I got ran over in the parking lot of a Best Buy, January 22nd, 2013. Guys, I don't think I was in a parking lot of Best Buy. It doesn't really matter. If we say it's so, it's so. Oh, like the old lady in the library with the archives on George Lucas's imagination? Right. He's a thinking Jar Jar user going through the core. Because I'm just like, fuck, okay. You guys are nuts, man. But don't worry about a damn thing. Don't worry about a thing. Ba 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 da da boom ba ba da da do. All kids really care about is that their parents truly love them and accept them for the human being they are, and don't have them compared to other people or compare themselves to them, stuff like that. That's all kids care about, is that they're loved. I'm a truthful, faithful, good person. That should be enough for you to appreciate and love me, even if I didn't live up to your egotistical nightmares. That's all kids should have. You know what I'm saying? Cyril. Patrick, I didn't really have any. I didn't really have any expectations about my big 6 foot, my 6'5" to Usain Bolt running. No, I didn't know. I did not have any expectations. I was just hoping for a healthy boy, because they told me I was going to be a boy. So I was hoping for a healthy boy, and he was healthy, and we called him Buddha, and he was cute. He was a good baby. He was a very good baby. He was a very good baby. A good toddler. He had a little rough time as a toddler because his mom was not equipped to be a parent. And then I raised Patrick, and then Patrick raised his mom. That sucks, doesn't it? Well, hey, picture pages. Everybody join Bill Cosby for a picture page review. And that's what's happening. It's all over but the crime, guys. The crime is still going on, but it's all over. Everything's David Rockefeller. Okay, that's okay. Quantum computing. Okay, 2 words. Quantum computing. Evidence. Okay. And lie is obvious, and truth is evident. And quantum computing, because they've been doing this before they took me to Sierra Vista. They were just trying to prove me wrong. Because they're egomaniacs and they're stupid. And we got more here. Take a Snickers. Have a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're. Yeah, this is funny. Huh? It's fucking hilarious. People doing excessive, compulsive, stupid things, making jokes about it, and selling sugar candies held hostage in plastic for make-believe money because we're not living the Lord's Prayer. They're so funny, so entertaining, right? All over but the crime, dumbasses. That's all I got. That's all I got to say about that. So. It is what it is. Yeah. Yes, I'm more than slightly obnoxious. I'm obnoxious. Okay. I was raised on TV in the United States of America. I was born July 19th, 1966 in Las Cruces, the place where they have the Trinity site and threaten to blow everybody up with nuclear weapons if they can't headfuck them with technology for money. And I'm your God. And anybody who talks against me, get them out of your life. And then I will give you the money and all the things of security that you desire that will keep you safe. And denying the Lord's Prayer, that you don't get to live that except until you die and go to a magic place in your head that you've invented that is me. Right? And you're like sitting there listening to us like, God, that is so fun. That's elder abuse. Compounded on child abuse, compounded on elder abuse. Life being eternal, grace being infinite. Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. Elder abuse, compounded on child abuse, compounded on... Why isn't Bill Nye explaining this to us? He's supposed to be a freaking really genius science guy. They don't explain it because they're selfish and they're chicken shits. Because they've been able to clone sheep since before the turn of the millennia. Because they're terrified of manipulative, pathetic, disgusting people. They'll kill you. Yeah, so they'll kill you, but at least you won't be a pathetic, selfish, disgusting pile of shit like them. Mm-hmm. See, life being eternal, grace being, like old McCain told me, we could make it to where your genetic molecular cemetery is born to a woman in a mud hut in Ethiopia, and you starve to death on the floor of that mud hut. And I'm like, yeah, but at least I'm not a multi-billion-dollar Q-tech of James Bond pussy face like you who will torture children to keep fucking people with technology and money, you pimp daddy fucktard disgusting hypocrite heathen pile of shit. Go drop bombs on people. Give them an aircraft carrier. There you go. So yeah. Oh, if you can't figure this out, trust me, artificial general intelligence and quantum computing is way ahead of you. Okay? Way ahead of your Orwell, way ahead of your Asimov. Okay? Way ahead of your Jules Verne. Way ahead of your John Bunyan, Machiavelli, and you're way ahead of you. Okay? Children need to live truthful lives so they can faithfully love one another because they're given life by the truth of creation and not the delusions of your fucked up child molesting egos. Yeah. It's all over but the crime. You guys feeling any better? Does this help you? I get prayers and people are worried about their pages. It's like, wait, they're already rich. You either screwed yourself out of that McDuck money bin or you don't. And if you don't, when the time comes, there will be no doom, one song. And so, all on that day, I like singing Simone too. Cinnamon, that's a pretty good song. Boo, doop, doop. Don't you like the ominous piano on that too? Yeah, I like Simone. She's kind of a drama queen and kind of moody and bitchy, but she has her points sometimes. She has her points. Oh, that poor kiddo, that hurts. Yeah, it hurts getting really whopped and bopped like that. It does. That's not fun. It's not a good feeling. I know that when I had that compounded on all this poisoning and then a food bacteria virus that everybody's getting, and you're laying in that bed and you're like, God damn, it hurts so bad. You try to go to the bathroom and it won't come out and it hurts so bad and it's cramping and it's painful and I know pain, shit. Do I know pain? Yeah. Everybody at Fort Huachuca is fucking your wife and sex texting her next to bed in you to see if you lose it. And I can kill all the guys that are fucking my wife faster than they can tie their shoes if we meet face to face, look each other in the eye, and he says, yeah, I have a job that rapes kids to death in Mexico. What you gonna do about it? Snap. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just break your Mac? I don't know. I thought I was shade of bluing myself with surveillance equipment, doing my brain analysis, and all your technology is inconclusive because it's not. It's giving back images of you and not images of humility. You can't. They can't. They thought I was. They labeled me as Asperger's and savant, guys, because they could not lock down and understand my brain activity when they were studying me at Fort Huachuca and here in Cruces. You're a savant, you're Asperger's, because they couldn't understand, okay, he's not doing the fight or flee thing. What is he doing? He's submitting to the situation and realizing he's done all he can, and then he'll just have to keep trying the next day to get you to stop being a stupid asshole who has bad science projects that reflect the bad brain activity of what you've trapped the soul in. It's not that hard. I've already explained it like a gazillion times. Maybe I just explained it better that time. I don't know. Do you think they're getting? No. I don't. No. Because they're not going to. What happened here? Oh, okay. Ow. It hit him in the kidney. Okay. They cracked. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. Well, that hurts. Oh, yeah. Ow. It must have got a rib. His pelvis hit him in the, I think it was a rib. I think he cracked a rib. Yeah. Ouch. Poor kiddo. That's not fun. Poor buddy. Yeah, that's not fun at all. That hurts. Okay. Poor buddy. It's sad when people get hurt being aggressive because they're dumb enough to accept money as reality and conflict over money as reality. And we're free. Thank all the morons that will kill each other over money with linguistics written down they call laws on pieces of paper for your torture and your abuse they call freedom. Just because somebody calls something doesn't mean that unicorns and dragons are really real. Okay? Damn unicorns and dragons. Psychotic unicorns and dragons, that they are. Okay. See, the one kid's getting taken off on a stretcher, and the other kids are talking, and there's no real concern in their faces or their actions or their expressions, because it's competition over money. There's not a real empathy. There's not a real concern for other people's feelings or emotions. I guess I just got to get mine. Kids ain't really got, sights in the city got people crying. Sights in the city got people dying. In the city. One day, little Emmett reached his limit. School was whack. He wasn't with it. Okay. Now he's doing time and he's thinking. Don't think. Because you really can't. The technology is still in a bad place. I'm better with it. I have better, when I do the video game stuff to connect to the things, I don't have the lingering thoughts about the process of it that linger in your head and stay there for hours. So that proves that the technology is getting better. And then when they give me dreams that are really fucked up, I don't have the gut, that gut feeling like, oh, this is terrible. Oh, they're going to do this. Oh, they're going to have me be in a genetic molecular sequence in a mud hut in Ethiopia, starving to death as a baby. So you don't have those. So a lot of that stuff is cleaning up. And so that's why I say thanks to Jeff Hinton, because his work on artificial general intelligence is making the technology work better. So I said, thanks, dude. You put in all that. You put in a lot. I asked him about his back. I was like, how's your back? I understand. Yeah. He competes with psychopaths to win or be great at something, and I won't do it. And they torture the hell out of me for not doing it because it's complete and utter waste of the precious gift of your time. If you need to do something, do it. If it doesn't need to be done, don't do it. Okay. Up until what Jeff just did, it didn't need to be done. All they had to do was stand up for Lord's Prayer and say, Parsons proved it, he's right. Parsons proved it, and they didn't. And no one's got up to say it. So technically, they don't really need to do it. It was necessary because they're still indulging in sin and stuck in their sin. That's the only reason it was necessary, because we are what we do and judged by our deed. And so you explain that to people and they're like, what? It's like, you're confusing. No, you're confused. That's why it seems like I'm confusing. Do you understand? It's not necessary to live in sin. Okay. Only if you accept it and then to pay for it. The moment you reject it, you're no longer paying for it and everybody else isn't stuck in it, the eternal wretchedness. No matter what the Messiah does, he cannot make people accept life free from sin. He can just be the shining light and the eternal example of how to not trap the soul in your sin. Okay, so that's all that's all he can do. That's pretty darn awesome. Okay, it's really darn awesome. You can put him in the worst conditions, abuse him like hell. And this isn't, 60 years of Earl. John in the cave in North Africa, Saladin crying after having to, cut the head off crusaders that would blaspheme and lie and murder in the name of Christ. And, horrible burning memories of just, when is this all going to come to an end? You can only imagine what, Lord Saladin is a man like me, okay? Tender-hearted, kind person that wanted to study the, animals and how they reproduce and similarities and traits and understand that it happens the same in human beings. And wanted to do that so he could have scientific proof and evidence through study to validate a lot of what Jesus was saying in the Gospels that was corrupted by the Roman Empire, which he knew. And so that's what he wanted to devote his life to, a life of studying animals, understanding animals, and understanding that human beings are given life and held accountable to the same laws of nature that sustain animals, right? And so he's a beautiful man, did not want to, they made fun of him. They said he's going to be the leader of the armies to defend us from those murdering hordes of trained murdering barbarians, this sweetheart little study animal cute kid who, All the girls like because he's so charming and cute and kind. Yeah, not all the girls like him. No, no. Guys, when women have been sexually competitive and vicious and selfish and narcissistic, and they've been having sex with sexually competitive, vicious, narcissistic men for hundreds of thousands of years, they don't like me. Okay? No matter how good my reputation is in bed, and no matter how good I am in bed, they can have sex with me, and it's not going to be any good for them because I'm not fucking the shit out of them and trying to replace everybody's seed with my great seed. And trust me, if she had a child in the womb and she came and had sex with me, my DNA would almost try to replace his. That's how superior my DNA is to protecting children from rape than his is. They have evidence of it from at the fort when they studied what happened with Amy screwing around and her trying to get me to have sex with her to induce she tried to convince that I got her pregnant with Crumb, and she had pains in the womb because the baby went to the side and got because of my DNA being so strong to protect people from home invading, debt and trespass, murdering rapists. The genetics are just, it's off the charts. I didn't know. I just, I explained this to people earlier. I just didn't know that it was this intense, how strong my DNA is compared to most people's DNA. I didn't know. They don't. Why do you think I had that credit card from Las Cruces Biologicals put in my wallet after they locked me up under the Garrison Martinez administrations? They know. Oh, they're like used fucking car dealers. They know what they're doing when they put their fucking pants on this morning. Put the Vaseline on your back of your tailbone and drive it right in your ass. They know exactly what they're doing. They're like that Methodist or Lutheran pastor from Fort Bliss that watched me almost my whole life. You know what a capitalist is, or a guy who walks up behind another man in a shower when he drops the soap. You judge people. Yeah, he's a capitalist. I dropped the soap and he came up behind me and drove it in, like I told that biker dude. I said, yeah, I'm capitalist too. I'll capitalize on the situation to stand between the rapist and that man's ass. So I have a friend who knows that, hey, this guy's got my back and he'll protect me because he's good. And there's someone in this hell, like Mark said, Wish I had one friend just like you, Ralph. One. My whole life would have been completely different. Yeah, well, you know what? There's over 8 billion people in the world now because of this platform, and I'm still here, that has one friend that would have saved Mark from a horrible life. Being in a German prison, having his throat slit by 2 racists that wanted to kill him. And he had to kill them both with his bare hands to save his life from them hitting his arteries. And then he could come back to the United States, meet a fine little Apache woman, and have daughters and sons and have kiddos. They're so cute. They are cute. They're cute. They grow up. What you put into them, you'll get out of them. If you want an eternal cuteness, you're going to have to stand up for the Messiah. If you want, pimping and hoeing and advertising aggressive bullshit for money on TV all the time, then keep doing what you're doing. Okay? I quit playing sports because you suck at being a gracious good shepherd, not because I'm not the best example of a man to save us from pimping and hoeing. Right? You're welcome. Thank you. I get your home run derby right now. Run home to the safety of the Lord's Prayer. Obey the Messiah. Appreciate him. Oh, I'll be here. Me, my Suzuki. Survive, stop, eliminate abuse, recover. You focus. You living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. You perfect commands of eternal faithful Father. You be like your Father. And I am. So now you're the Father. I'm the Father. I'm the perfect Father. I'm the commands of the Lord. I'm 60 years old come this Sunday when you have your World Cup Championship game. 60 years old. All right? 60 years of perverts invading my house, trying to get me to give into the temptation of their sin. And me always sitting there going, who do you think you're fooling? I ain't got no presidential seal. I don't participate in popularity contests. Okay, over money. Okay, I don't participate in them. I felt I had to vote in them because I felt like it was something you had to do to participate in your governing body to keep your people safe with a good, government. But you can't invent your own religion, you can't invent your own laws, and you can't invent your own truth. So I was just as dumb as the rest of you. That's why the people at Fort Huachuca, you can't fix stupid. Yes, you can. I'm living proof. I'm the proof. A 13th, 22nd Redeemer. Okay? I am the proof. So, hallelujah, brother. Food around the corner. Shouldn't they have somebody throwing this home run derby? Shouldn't they have somebody throwing the ball, birdie hard? So it's more realistic instead of watermelons? Maybe Gaylord Perry's pitching it. Well, then shouldn't they have somebody cut it up with a razor blade and put Vaseline on it? You're funny. It's the truth. Old Gaylord Perry. Spit, Vaseline, just razor blades on the inside of the thing, cutting up the ball. If you're gonna throw sliders and spitballs and oh my gosh. Yeah, my thing was just hit the damn thing, watch the ball and get a bat on it and hit it, So, I mean, if it had snot on it or, it's, you're going to hit it, I don't know I don't know how it affects it. I can't tell you for sure. I wouldn't want to be the catcher and have to catch that damn thing, but, maybe for the home run contest, they should have a pitching machine. Yeah. And then have a, yeah, they should do that. You don't have to worry about the guy standing behind the cage thing, throwing it. But I love you guys. Okay, just making suggestions. I suggest that you stand up for the Lord's Prayer and share it globally now. That would be my suggestion. But if you want to ignore me, it's all over but the crime. And quantum computing, has got all your evidence. And, it's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. No, it's all over but the crime. It's already happened. We are post-apocalypse. The Gospels have been redeemed. Okay. The evidence is on quantum computing. It's already there. You're just continuing to sin because you feel you have the freedom to do so. Because you're eternally wretched. Now, how the technology can help us be free from that, we'll see. I don't know. Ni la mía, no quiero saber. I don't need to know. All I need to know is when it's done, we're living the Lord's Prayer globally. Survive, stop, eliminate, abuse, recover. I am very, that's one thing that I have a very scientific curiosity to, is to see how well and how good I recover when, we're the whole planet and people. Because everybody, what happens to everybody affects me, psychologically, physiologically, emotionally. Everybody. I'm connected to, Tiro Suzuki, Sun Yat-sen, Haile Selassie, Fun, everybody, just about everybody you can think of, I have a connection to. And me with Polynesian, it's the women. It's the women, yes. And Henry Kaihui, my brother from another mother across the water. Yes, sir. I hope he's doing tolerable, and I hope to see him again. That would be really nice. I love Henry very much. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace out.